Hello everyone, this is John again with Forex Master Strategy Trade Room, and had somebody wanting some information more on scalping, more on 1 minute, 5 minute, and 15 minute time frames. Well, the whole thing is everything you learn here can be used on all those time frames. Basically, if I take that 15 minutes out, you couldn't tell this candle set up from a 1 minute, from a 4 hour, from a weekly. A chart is a chart. If I cover that up, you wouldn't know. So what I'm trying to say is everything we do is fractal, and we did a video on that. It just means that everything we do is broken down to where it can be done on a 1 minute chart, it can be done on a 5 minute chart, it can be done on a 15 minute chart like here. Now I love the 15 minute chart. That's probably my favorite to trade. Now anytime you do take a trade, you want to, like here we have the odd New Zealand dollar. We'll go back to here again. We do have a sell trade on this. It moved down. It was below the 200. It did pop up here right now, and it's still looking like it's possible. We are underneath the 20 still. Now usually what I do when I'm going to take a trade like this is I will pop up to 2 time frames up. So if it was a minute chart, I would at least go up to a 15. But since we're on a 15, I would like to go up to the hour. I think that's it right there. Yes, it is. And you can see we're underneath the 20. We had moved down. We're moving sideways. We're still underneath the 50, still trying to go down. So for me, we're still selling. The MACD has dropped off. We have trigger lines out. We're underneath the 50. Everything here is telling me we're selling. So if I go back to the 15 minute, I feel comfortable selling this pair right now. Even though right now we're moving up to the 20, it should push it back down. Now let's say we're using this as our time frame. We were on the 1 hour or the 1 minute. Here's the 1 minute chart. The 1 minute, we got divergence here. We're up against the 200 moving average. It's still looking like a good sell trade. We're waiting for this to actually show signs that it's going to sell. We do have a black dot. It is pushing down. We got trigger lines starting to come out, which is going to start pushing it down. RSI is still above 50, so we're waiting for it to give us a little more sign. But let's say we wanted to sell this, and we weren't quite sure if it was ready yet. We would go up to the 15-minute chart where we just were and say, okay, we have a morning star which is pushing us back up right now, and we might get a bounce off this 20. So I'll wait and see what happens on the 15, and then I'll go back down to the 1 minute to take my trade. So everything's fractal. So if we take away the 1 minute, you wouldn't know if this was a 4-hour chart, a 1 minute chart. So it's pretty cool. And everything you learn here is all the way across the board. So we're going to trade the same thing on a 1 minute chart. Excuse me, they're picking up my trash out front, making a lot of noise. There, they're gone now. So on a 1 minute chart, it's going to be the same trade that I'm going to take. I'm looking for a bounce or a break. And I'm looking for either a bounce on the 200 or a break of the 200. We're already on top of the 20 moving average. So if we can get a break of that 20, that for me is a sell trade. It would be the same if it was a 4-hour chart or 1 hour chart. It's all the same. So right now we're looking at this. Now to get confirmation, I like to go 2 time frames up, see what it's doing on that time frame, so I know if I feel comfortable selling it on this time frame. Because if that one's already starting to go, I know on this time frame I'm set to go. So it's pretty cool. We can all go all the way up to a day chart. Now if you're on a day chart and you want to sell this, let's zoom out a little bit. Let me take those off of there. We don't need them right now. So we're on a day chart. We have a sideways move. We have a flag pattern. So now we have a flag pattern, but it's moving up. We'd like to sell this. Should we sell it? We need to go 2 time frames up, and that would put it onto, I think my chart's going to go crazy. That'll put us on the month chart. On a month chart, we're definitely selling. So to sell this pair is a good deal. Let me get back to the day chart so my thing will calm down. There we go. So actually on the month chart, it looks really good for selling. So if I come back here for this flag pattern, I feel comfortable. The only thing I want to wait is for a red candle. Now if I do believe in the trade, all we do is put it into a box. Right here, we're definitely at the highest point right now. So if that's the case, we would take a sell right now and take another sell as we exit the flag, and then trade it on down to our target, which would be right down here. It's going to be the length of the pole. We just learned this trade. So we'll be coming down to this point. So what I'm getting at is whether you're a long-term trader or short-term trader, the only difference is how fast the candles come and how long your targets are. That's all. It's still going to be the same targets. It's still going to be your moving averages, still going to be your ADR. And if it's not just plotting it on the chart, you can come over here and get your ATR and use that too. So, but we trade everything the same. What you learn in here is fractal, which means you can take it to any time frame and trade it. See, on a day chart right here, we have a pullback into our moving average. That's like our #1 trade right there. That's trend trading at its finest. Now, it wouldn't matter if this was a 1-minute chart, a 5-minute chart, 15, you get the idea. I could take this all the way to a month chart, and this is still going to be the same trade. Still, what I want to do is trade into the trend and make the money from the trend trending. So, and that's going to be your safest trade and your best trade. So anyway, I hope this information helps. Let's make some money in the markets, and just remember, everything's fractal. What we do on a 1-minute chart is the same thing we do on a monthly chart. Just you got to go up 2 time frames to at least check it out to make sure that the higher time frame is coordinated with your time frame. All right, everybody. Thanks again. Bye-bye.